Hi, welcome to another video on data analysis using Python. In this video, I'm going to discuss about what is a dictionary and what is a set in Python. Okay, so dictionary is a type of data structure in which you will have keys and the values, and you can assign values for each key. Okay, so we define with this curly bracket, we define a dictionary X with curly bracket. It's an empty with no values. We can assign values also. So here we have assigned values where we're saying that so key here is 1 and the values Sam, and similarly key here is 2 and the value is Ram. Okay, and so each element of the dictionary is associated with a key and it has a corresponding value. Okay, it's a very powerful data structure wherein we have unique IDs for each value. Okay, so let's run this. So when we run this, we get values with respect to each keys within the dictionary. We can access the values by using just the key as the subscript. So so when we want to access just the first value, we just provide the key of the first value, which is 1. So x of 1 is just Sam, right? Similarly, x of 2 will give us Ram, right? So let's run this part. It's Ram, right? So that's the way we can access or we can unpack the values from a dictionary. We can also assign a new value and create a new key. Like each value has to be associated with the key, and we can create a new key also. So how do we do that? So x of 3 is equal to Tom. So that's what we are assigning. Remember, the key cannot be duplicate, so ensure that it is different from the other two keys. So we assign like this, and when we run X, we see that now it has got 3 keys, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 values, Sam, Ram and Tom. Alright, we can also see whether a particular key value is present in the dictionary or not. So we want to check whether 2 is present in X or not. It's going to give us true. Okay, so let's see whether 5 is present. It will give us false, right? So that's the way we can see whether a given key is present in the dictionary or not. We can delete values using the keyword del. Okay, so just put the key name or the key values, and then it's going to delete that particular key and the corresponding value associated with that key. So we're deleting 3 and Tom. Okay, so how do we do that? Use del and x of 3, which will delete that value. Now if you run x, it's not going to have Tom. Okay, so 3 and Tom, 3 being the key and Tom with the value, they're removed from the dictionary. You can see the list of values or list of keys in the dictionary by using the function keys. Okay, x dot keys, and just use the function list, which will list out the number of keys used in the dictionary. We have got only 1 and 2, right? We have just removed 3. We can also list out the values, right? So instead of just key, we'll just change it to values. Okay, yeah, so we have Sam and Ram. We can update or we can add a new key and value, not just the way we just learned. We can also use the function update in order to do that. How do you do that? So using curly bracket, we simply give the key and the value name, and it's going to assign it to the dictionary. So that's the way we update. Okay, we use the update function, and now we'll see that our dictionary has got 1, 2 and 3 as the keys, and Sam, Ram and Peter as the values. Okay, So we'll do a small exercise. So what I'm going to do is that we'll assign you will make use of dictionary. Okay, how do we make use of dictionary in a more application area? So here is a list. Okay, it has got few words like apple, bat, and cat. So it's going to tell us the list is going. I mean, what we're going to get is that we'll got we'll get the initial letter, and with respect to that we'll have the value or we'll have the word. For instance, A for apple, B for bat, and C for cat. That's what we're going to expect, and that we can put in some form of dictionary, right? Where A will be the key, apple will be the value, B will be the key, bat will be the value, and C will be the key, and cat will be the value. So we first create an empty dictionary which will hold whatever we just expect, and we write a for loop, and the for loop will iterate through these values within the list, and it is going to take the first letter. So this is where it takes the first letter of the word. Okay, so first letter of apple is A, bat is B, cat is C, and so on. Okay, so let's do it for let's 3 words. Okay, so what we're saying is that if letter is not in by letter, because it cannot be duplicate, by letter, so by letter we just assign it, sorry, so by letter is we have assigned here, sorry, and then letter is just the first letter of the word. Okay, um so it is going to assign the word. Okay, so it is like if you say the first word comes, so it is going to take the first letter, which is A, and it is going to assign the first word, which is apple, right? So it is going to, so here it is going to be A, and here it is going to be apple, right? And that's the way it is going to iterate, and finally we'll have all of these words and their initial letter. Okay, so we have run it. Okay, so here we have, so we have A for apple, B for bat, and C for cat, right? So that's the way, that's one of the way in which we can use dictionaries. Alright, now that we have learned a bit of about dictionaries, we'll learn what is a set. Well, set is just a collection of unique objects, and they may not be in order. um, Most times this not, they're not in order. So we can define a set using the keyword set. So we have defined a set X. So within the the square bracket, we provide a whole lot of numbers, set of numbers, and what it is going to do is that it will take the unique objects. Okay, so you see 3 appears, okay, like 4 appears more than once, 5 appears more than once. So so what we're going to have is simply the unique. So 5 will have just will appear simply once. Okay, so here we get, like here in the output, 5 appears once, 4 appear once. It just takes the unique values. Well, another way to assign a set, so we simply use the curly bracket, and it's going to give us the set list. Okay, so here we have, right, we can see the duplicate values here, but we don't see any duplicate value, right? We can use a lot of mathematical operation on sets, like we can do in maths. We can use union, intersection, and we can add numbers and so on. So union of two sets is basically it just taking the unique values from both the sets and combining them, right? So that's the union. How do we do that? So we have defined a set A and set B, and we are taking A union B. So A dot union function and then B. So it is going to take the unique values from both sets and combine them together. We'll see. So here we have. So you can see there duplicate values. For instance, 2 appears here, 2 appears here as well, but it doesn't appear twice in the union, right? It appears only once. So you can see the unique values from both the sets, which combines the unique values from set A and set B. Alright, so union can also be represented like this. We just have use a bar and it's going to give more or less exactly the same answer. For intersection, intersection is just the common elements between these two sets A and B. So elements that are common in both set and A and B are going to appear. So here we have 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 appear in set A, as you can see here, and 2, 3, 4, 5 appear in set B as well. So these four numbers are going to be part of A intersection B. We can also write A intersection B as A and or ampersand B. Alright. So we can add numbers like new numbers to the set using the function add. So a dot add, and we just need to put so which number we're going to add, right? So we have put add and we'll simply add 2. Okay, so it is going to add 2 to the set. We might add something else, maybe 10, let's say. So here we have, right, it gets added to the set, so we can add new numbers in that way. Okay, finally we'll do a small exercise using set, and then we'll close. So here is a set x which has got different values, 2, and then there are 3 threes, 4, 5, again 4 and 6. So can we count the sum of the unique numbers from the set? So what are the unique numbers? We have 2, we have 3, we have 4, 5, and what else? 6, right? So the sum should be 5, 5, 10, 4, 14, 6, 20. So right, when you add them up, you should get 20. So how do we do that? We can make use of set functionalities in order to do that. How do we do that? So we assign something, a variable called value. We assign it zeros because that's where we're going to store the sum of the unique values. So we write a loop for I in set x. So when we say set x, it is going to take the unique values of x. So it is going to remove all the duplicate values like duplicate 3s and duplicate 4s. Right? 3 and 4 are the or appearing more than once, right? So they are going to be removed. So it is only going to take the unique values 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So for I in set x, we simply add in a loop, right? Value is equal to plus equal to I. So that's the way, if you're familiar with any programming, that's the way we iteratively add numbers, right? So we will run this, and let's see what's there in value. We should be having 20, right? We can generalize this, right? We can have as many number as we possibly can. Let's say 22, 22, 3, 33, 45, 45, 100, 100, 1000, 1000. You can have as many numbers, as many elements in the set, and it's going to give the sum of the unique elements or unique values from the set. All right, so it comes out to be 1220. So that's the way you can make use of set in order to do a number of tasks. So what we have learned in this video is what is dictionary and what is a set. In the next video we'll see some other data structure within Python.